Hey guys, it's Tombox. I'm here joined in with Phil.
Nishi. Oh.
Nice try. Nice try.
Yeah.
But we have Phil here.
Hello, hello.
And yeah, we've got a pretty epic match between the both of us.
You know, I got to play. I'm happy I didn't brick and didn't get totally smacked around by Z-axis.
Z-axis, 3-axis,
Is
whatever.
it 3-axis or Z-axis?
It's 3-axis. 3-axis Dragon Links.
It could be Z-axis.
But-
Isn't Z the third axis?
I don't know. Sure, we can call it that.
sounds
Okay,
cool,
so
man.
interestingly enough, both of these decks are the most budget variants of the meta.
Oh, 100%. Dude, you can build Lunalights for like...
If you trade 3 copies of Magician's Soul, you can build this entire.
I'm not
deck.
even playing. Dude, just buy Popper up, man. That's $1.
Okay, so I won the die roll, I believe.
Yes, you did.
I did win the die roll.
Yeah, this was a rough... I think this was a rough game.
Yeah,
I don't even remember.
You know what? Somehow the camera liked you this time.
Oh, yes.
And then decided to give me the best of bricks. I'm talking about the best of bricks. You'll see, like, very soon. I'm, like, thinking so hard, how am I going to execute this play? Because I actually just special summoned out Gillosaurus.
Dude, I've never seen this card. I've only played Yu-Gi-Oh! For, like a year now, maybe a year and a bit. I've never even seen this card before.
So it's a free special summon for level 3, but it does force your opponent to... Well, they can special summon out a monster out of the graveyard. But, you know what? Going first? Oh, it's a free card.
Dude, I know that.
And Baby Dragon.
Hey, Cherubini, I guess.
Yeah, so that's a problem right here where
Yeah,
I can
that's
only go
pretty
into the BA plays, and there's no way that I have access to any of the dragon plays now, unless my hand has dragons. Problem is, my hand was technically already holding.
But you drew the vanilla, right? Which bricked the hand. Yeah.
Yeah, it definitely bricked the hand for sure.
Because this deck definitely needs you need access to BA and a dragon, right?
Yes.
To combo off fully.
Correct. So if you go into the Cherubini, if you don't have access to your BA, you dump the BA, and then you summon out the dragon from some other source. That's why Tour Guide is a 1-card combo. The problem here is Cherubini sends out level 3s. I send out a Graph now, and Graph is going to summon out a Seer, and the Seer combo with the the Ebon Angel.
The intimidating board presence is about to be put up here. A crazy turn 1 board. I could not... no deck could play through this next board, to be honest. It was just super oppressive, and... I guess you'll just see what he ends up on.
Yeah, absolutely. So we get the Seers. When Seer and Ebon Angel all both go to the graveyard at the exact same time, well, Seer's going to activate and probably revive the Ebon Angel. Luckily, the Cherubini does not carry the BA self-destructive effect. And since I control no spells and traps, I'm going to activate Libic from my hand, a brick. Remember, you don't want to drop BA monsters. They self-destruct. They go emo on themselves and they blow up.
Well, actually, here you would be able to, because you only control BA.
Luckily.
You can free up your zones.
But this is like the best of the worst scenario at this point, because there's no access to any of the dragons, and he didn't even play a single hand trap.
I mean, I didn't have to. Dude, I played the best hand trap of all.
So this is a 3-material Appaloosa now.
Yeah.
And we get to summon back our Cherubini. I believe this could be a bit of a misplay. I mean, Cherubini is pretty weak. Knowing that I'm playing against Lunalights,
Well,
there
what else
are
would you...
options for you to just one-shot me.
Oh, yeah.
And set one path. So I set the Cherub... Like, I'm just praying that I don't get killed, but you know what? Chances are I'm 100% dead.
Do you think in hindsight, maybe just making a BA in defense then? Summoning a BA in defense?
I can't summon the BA defense. The Appaloosa's on
Oh,
the
yeah.
field.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh, no, that does not work. So
Maybe not even activating the effect and just ending on Appaloosa? Well, I guess...
No, then I'll still die. It doesn't matter. So yeah, that's the worst part. So the card left in hand right now, I know, is the Carboneted. And it would have been really fishy if my opponent saw that I put a Carboneted out and then they would
Didn't use it,
Yeah, they'd be like, so you got that baby dragon in your hand?
He's setting up for next turn, bro.
Yeah, but the Cherubini was like, okay, and the other card that I just said is a Dark Ruler no more. So I was hoping that maybe I'll use Cherubini's effect to protect itself, maybe keep myself alive, and then I can send an extra level 3. So that was the thought process anyway. So I'm gonna negate the Armageddon Knight because I gotta burn as many negations as possible.
And here I tried to normal summon the Armageddon Knight just because I wanted to get it out of my hand, because I wanted to use the Jackalope and hopefully hit either the Perfume or I don't even know, I can't even see. I just really wanted to hit the Perfume, to be honest, or even the Jackalope itself so I could go into Barricade. But honestly, just hitting the Perfume would have been super sick. I forget what I actually hit here, to be honest.
So here, he activates Jackalope, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 1, 2, we hit the 1, I think, and we hit
Emerald Bird.
Emerald Bird, and
which is still fine.
It is an activated effect because it was sent by a card effect, so that's okay. And what does it do?
Well, I mean, once it's sent to the grave by a card effect, you can target a banished or engrave Lunalight and special summon it.
But so there was nothing. There was nothing. But then you have...
At that point, it was nothing. But I just wanted to get 2 monsters on board or the Lunalight engrave or the Perfume engrave just to go into Barricade and just be able to...
Dump a card.
Yeah, dump a card. Because once you get the Perfume engrave, it's just, you know, you're popping off at that point.
So we got the Barricade Borg Blocker and pay for cost. Seems like we're always using things for cost to dump things into the grave.
I mean, hey, dude, Barricade...
I'm not even kidding. Like, Cherubini dumps to grave as cost. We have Kaleido Chick that dumps to the grave as cost.
Yeah.
We have... there's another card that also dumps to the grave as for cost.
Barricade discards at cost.
Magician's Soul.
Magician's Soul? Okay, that one's crazy. That one's actually crazy.
See, they're all just free foolish bears. Do you know how it actually works out? It's because they were prepaid. They pay with cash.
Smart. They have good credit score. Good.
Okay, so Barricade Borg Blocker. Okay, you just use the.
Can you imagine Konami just wanting to improve our credit scores to take out bigger loans to buy more product? Yo, 2000 IQ.
Okay, so you just successfully summoned out 2 more monsters that are both
I got 2
4s.
monsters. I know his hand's a brick. I know he couldn't do anything in his game 1, so I really don't think he's main decking Nibiru. I mean, at this point, I was kind of scared about it, and considering I haven't used the I didn't use the Martin. I don't think I used the Martin effect here yet.
I think you have.
I did. Yeah.
You did use it, and you're gonna go into
the Appaloosa.
Yeah.
Wait, no, I definitely did not use the Martin effect because I used the perfume to revive.
Perfume.
I used perfume.
That's right.
Getting distracted here, but I just went to Appaloosa for as a safety net because really all I'm doing right now is I'm just trying to go into Utopia Double and kill him.
So he has 3 negates versus my 2 negates. So Appaloosa, this is a head-to-head challenge, and this is gonna be a lot of safety for that. Utopia Double.
The big boy, Mr. One Punch himself.
One Punch Man is on the field. I don't think I'm strong enough to survive any of this. You can hit through either of these monsters and I'm basically dead. So activate effect, I'll be like, attempt to negate. And counter negated by your Appaloosa, and that is GG already. Yeah, scoop phase.
Gotta scoop it up.
So yeah, Carbonetin in hand, and the other card is the Dark Ruler No More. And Baby Dragon, that is the brickiest of
very
bricks.
unfortunate.
So game 1 goes to Mr. Phil.
Yes.
Dr. Phil.
Feels good.
Dr. Phil feels good.
Yep. Feels good.
Okay, so now we move on to game 2. We're gonna get a little bit more focused now. We're gonna be a little less spoilery.
A little less, because this one actually stuff happens more than just Link summoning Appaloosa Pass. Some interesting parts happen, you know.
So would I choose to go first or go second? I think going first is probably more ideal. You can definitely eat hand traps a little bit better, and Cobble the Grave usually is you just like seeing it in your hand, and you can actually side properly. And so I did side to go first, and there are some back row that I decided to side against them. Personally, I sided in crackdowns because things need to activate. Most of these cards that have cost, they need to activate. If you take it before they activate, they didn't get it.
Even if you call by the grave the Yellow Martin, honestly, it's probably game over at that point for most Linalight players. You can't play out through that because Yellow Martin's the one that lets you loop the tiger. Loop the tiger. So if you call by the grave that, especially after you've activated it, oh geez.
So now starting off with an Orpheus Scorpio,
now
discard the other copy of Orpheus Scorpio to summon out Darling Tonia Cobra. And that's gonna add an instant fusion.
Now here with the Gamma in my hand, I did have the Gamma. I was thinking whether to use it on the initial Predaplant because that was his normal summon and he would have needed 2 level 3 extenders to go further. But I thought, you know, maybe if I save it for the LP that I'm expecting to come later on in the game, that
LP is not a bad hit, and LP will come forward, but like it's a big gamble at this point because you don't know if your opponent has it or not. Like there was a normal summon used, but there's also like Kagemucha Knight. There's also Junk Forward. What if they have a Terror Top to keep extending? That's like all their backups. It gets really scary whether or not you want to do it in the first one. I've gotten Ash on the first one before, and then you just drop the rest of them.
But I think specifically with Gamma because it negates and removes the level 3 off the board.
That is very important.
I think it is like maybe on the Predaplant when you're versing this deck, it is something to consider whether you know what the rest of your hand is, but not letting them get the 2 level 3s and the instant fusion access, which is their dragon access. I think it's also pretty important. So maybe a bit of a misplay on my part, But yeah, I guess we'll see how it continues on because Tom's gonna keep going.
So starting with the combo, I guess we can do a little combo demo, guys. Oh, this is the 50-pound
All right,
combo.
see you in 15 minutes. I don't know what's happening.
So Graph has been sent to the grave by Cherubini, and the Graph activates, and now Seer is on the field into a pointer. Has to be a pointer because if it's not pointed to something, that Dark Fire Dragon that's about to be summoned out will cause. Well, it will cause Seer to have like emotional breakdown, PTSD. Konami.
Who's that guy over there? I don't want to play with him.
Yeah. So
reading. Oh, now I have to take the time. I have to read the card text of Dark Flame Dragon.
Dark Fire.
Dark
Fire Dragon.
Long card text. I gotta read it.
If there was a level 3 dragon,
oh jeez,
we would definitely play that.
You would just play 3 instants at that point too, though. Eh?
I would probably play 2 instant fusions.
You wouldn't play 3?
I wouldn't play 3. I would. The thing is, I can't. It's once per turn, so it wouldn't really matter.
Oh, I know, but you're playing 60 cards. So.
Yeah. So if you do see someone play 60 cards, make Dweller. Just make Dweller.
Yeah.
So okay, Chainlink 1, Chainlink 2. Yeah, that's right. Can't Gamma now.
And you know what?
It's very awkward.
Yeah, definitely planned that one out really well. But even gamming the Curious was actually stupid. I realized like maybe a second after looking at the Gamma hand, like, hey, he'll just
add a card.
And keep going.
And if you Gamma, it's actually like a weaker version of you because I already have my I have a Link 2 on the field, so I'll be okay. Adding a card while that Link 2 is there, and I'm just gonna be trying to get some searches here.
Yeah.
And again, this is constant like chain blocking. The entire interaction here is like just constantly just one block after another.
Dude, this is throwback to like the Saryuja days where you'd literally got like a 5 chain link, and I'm like, I guess I'll Ash OG Thunder or like whatever. I don't know.
So we just performed a mill, and you might have noticed that Phil didn't cut, and we did address this.
I mean, I don't even think you looked at the bottom 30 cards of your deck. You know what? It's fine. I'm not shuffling 60 cards. My tiny hands can't handle that.
So I'm like, hold on a second. Do you want it? Yeah, we do talk about this.
We talked about it.
So right at this point, this is like the point where you would probably drop a Nibiru here because the next card usually being summoned at this moment when there's a Curious and a Cherubini is going to be
the 2 links, the 2 materials. Sorry,
Appaloosa. The Appaloosa will come forward, and then with the 3 arrows at the bottom, we know.
We know what's gonna happen there.
We know it's a Guard Dragon combo.
Which sucks because Nibiru doesn't even really hit this deck as hard. I mean, the Mateo, right? His name, the guy who won the YCS. He even in his profile, he talked how really Nibiru does not completely kill the deck.
You'll continue to combo using that token. You already have all access to everything that you really need, and you can still make a decent board.
You get to pop the Nibiru too. Actually, I didn't even know this, but
Nibiru gets to get popped along
with the 10E link. That's crazy.
That's fun. That's fun.
Fun for one of us.
Fun for one.
I mean, keep going.
My helmet's nice and tight. Okay. So now we go into because we had that Striker Dragon that was link summoned from the Darkfire Dragon. We added the Booty Sector launch, and of course with the
just go into the rocket part of the deck.
Yes, the rocket part of the deck, of course, came from the Curious when we sent the Absa router, and they added the rocket. Now we go into LP.
Now this part's interesting, actually.
Yes.
This part's interesting.
I activate LP, and he activates Gamma, and I'm like, okay.
He just lets it go through.
Yeah.
I mean, I in my head, I thought he was going to negate, and I would just drain the Appaloosa so I would be able to have Gamma either on my turn to help something on mine resolve, or, maybe stop him further down the line, but he just lets me resolve it. I really didn't expect that, to be honest, but...
Yeah, like, who lets us die? I'm like, oh, dude, buddy, I actually don't need anything. I mentioned it to you, I'm like,
I think it's because you milled the Carbonite earlier, right? That you really didn't even need...
No, it's the other card in my hand. The White Dragon.
Oh, yeah.
The White Dragon was already in my hand. I didn't really care about like losing this one, and this was just the extra bonus.
And you get to keep the 2 mature Appaloosa too, which I mean, I guess in the end doesn't even matter because even if I do drain it to 1 or something, you do end up on Hope Harbor in here, so I can't even battle.
Slight misplay there. The Baby Dragon had to be summoned out in defense position, guys. That was my fault.
True. Don't want to get Lightning Stormed, right?
Yeah, Lightning Storm. So now we go into a Pisty. Pisty is going to summon back our Rocket. And the Rocket has to be summoned out into the correct zone, which is not there. Right there.
Right there. Now, you didn't do it this game, but the Curious Griffin play is also pretty common.
Yes.
Pretty common combo,
don't worry,
right?
I owned up to it in the last video. I did. I was asking, like, hey, which play did I misplay on? Yeah, it was the Griffin
It's just interesting because, like, it feels so weird to put Pisty and LP in the middle zone.
You should
and
do
then,
it.
you know, making, because it helps with the Griffin plays later on.
Yes, the Griffin play, you definitely want to put the Pisty and the LP in the middle area, just so that you would link it up and open the zone in the middle so that you get a co-link with the Appaloosa.
Right.
And then you can actually recover a card. That's, if you see someone put it into the edge zone, they're doing it wrong. And
something wrong definitely is going to happen there.
Yeah, they're actually going to run out of cards in their hand when they're executing that combo. I've tested it myself many times, and I finally grinded it down to, I don't really need to put it in the corner. Just do left, right. Left, right opens the middle zone, and it's for that purpose.
It's pretty cool how they word it that way, though. I like that.
So now we got to drop the Dragon's Ravine because we have our Romulus. We use our we use a white dragon and a black dragon, and that's how we kind of search it all out now. This is actually a pretty standard board now. I have full access to everything. I'm not summoning out the Black Dragon. I'm using it to pay cost so that I can put the Galactic Spiral Dragon into the graveyard. And the reason why I didn't care about not summoning out Brotar... Oh,
I forgot you hard drew it.
I hard drew the card, so nothing of that matters. I'm like, goodbye all my dragons. Typically, I don't even think that you can actually recur any of the resources, so it doesn't even matter.
No.
Get stuff that your opponent can't Monster Reborn is probably what I think would be a little bit more ideal, because...
Actually, this is pretty funny, because I think the one card you hit out of my hand was do I even show?
Yeah, you showed it. Yep, I shuffled back his
double
nothing.
Not a bad hit, to be honest.
But now we're gonna do a little bit of card counting. So yeah, with 2 Dark Dragons on the field, one being Levineer and one being the Rocket Tracer, we are able to summon out the Galactic Spiral Dragon onto the field in defense mode, and we're gonna not activate the effect because we don't need to.
Yeah,
we just go ahead and straight up just make the card.
It.
Now, I've thought about like options in this deck. Of course, there is the number 38
right.
Hope Harbinger Titanic Galaxy, but the other option that you could potentially make is actually Dingirza and cut the Unicorn out of the deck. I actually thought about it.
Have you thought of playing Sanaphon?
Yeah, Sanaphon.
Sanaphon seems pretty crazy.
Well, Sanaphon would shut your whole deck down.
You know what? Maybe Sanaphon isn't that good after all. Well, you know what? Just whatever. Dingirza is pretty good.
Like, it was an option. It's if we're considering the meta, then probably consider that as well.
You can add a lot of weird things with Dingirza, like
because like if I go into like Dingirza will prevent like Lightning Storm from like.
Oh, you're saying it's hard to make Dingirza turn 1?
Yeah, just protect the entire board.
No, that's wild.
Because now you can't even destroy the Appaloosa by battle or by card effect.
Yeah,
it doesn't matter.
Using Lightning Storm, you're just gonna Boral Savage it anyways, or just Hope Harbinger it.
Now, if we do a bit of card counting here, he used a Gamma, so he lost 1 card, and I ripped 1 card out, so he's opening with 4 cards. I have 4 negates, so it's 1 for 1 for every card that he has.
Yeah, I'm looking at my hand, I'm like, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm really just thinking, what card can I play before scooping up, you know, because he has 4 negates, I have 4 cards, you know, 1 + 1 = 2, 2 + 2 = 4. Me plus this hand equals scoop. I don't know. Yeah,
sounds about right. Oh, and then you choose to play Pauper. Well, 1 + 1 is now -1.
I thought maybe
I'll let it go.
Maybe I'll scare him. Maybe he thinks, I don't know. Maybe I should have only sent 1 to bait the fact that I might have Mystic Mind. But no, at this point, what am I
gonna say? Someone's like, hold on, don't activate your effect just yet.
Oh yeah, I forgot you. Yeah, you know what? This was a.
You can have your card back.
Yeah, that was. You know, I feel like games like that, if you don't open up a hand trap or any like big board breaking card, you really can't play through it with like a standard engine because.
Are we going back to the days of unbreakable boards?
I mean, Sphere mode.
Hey, Sphere mode is really good. Okay,
it is.
Don't underestimate the Sphere mode now because a lot of these decks, they burn through about 10 extra deck cards, 9 to 10 extra deck cards.
It's very like. Push everything on turn 1, and if you can break through a turn 1, you have a good shot to like establish.
Like even Spirals. Yeah. Spirals go through their extra deck like no tomorrow.
Dude, I think the only reason Spirals even have it right now is because that like Sleeper is so crazy, and it's like their biggest.
It's hard to break. It's very
so
hard to break. Like
can't target.
Even
can't
if you use a Super Poly and you take out 3 of the links and go into Armaduke, that Sleeper will still stay there.
Yeah.
And pop your Armaduke.
Yeah.
And you can't destroy by battle, can't target it, and it's just gonna keep on popping your cards endlessly until you can get rid of it.
It's super annoying, especially against Linalights. But thank God, Tom's not playing Spirals. He's playing something arguably worse, better. I don't know.
Different. So you start off your turn with a Kaleido Chick, and then you activated Nessie. Nessie, I missed everything.
Yes,
I missed everything this game. Okay, so I dump him Yellow Martin.
I got lucky. I got lucky because he did. I did. because the Yellow Martin was discarded off the effect of Nessie, I do get to search the Serenade Dance. And because of that, I get to actually go into Barricade Board Blocker. I think I go into Barricade if I remember correctly.
From here, you went into Kaleido ditch another Yellow Martin. Why another Yellow Martin?
Well, I mean, you loop Kaleido so many times that you honestly get the Emerald and the Yellow Martin out of the grave so quickly. And, if they do have DD Crow, you do want to have the Yellow Martin just in case they do have a DD Crow.
Okay.
And you can get the Emerald Bird later on if you need it.
So you go ahead and pay cost for your barricade board blocker that you'll never activate the actual effect of.
You know what? I can add back Tenki.
Oh, okay.
I can add back Tenki. And the continuous effect of it.
So, hold on. This is an interesting part
this
here.
is a weird.
So you summoned out your
yes, I summoned the Lunalight Tiger out. It's really,
and then you bounce it back to your hand just so that you can activate it.
This hand is very not optimal. I opened no access to Tiger, and the only access I had to Tiger was through Serenade Dance and bouncing it. Very janky, but sometimes you gotta do it just to be able to play. And as long as you're able to play and set up Tiger, you can survive one turn and hopefully just go off the next turn. Because Tiger on its own is 3 level 4s every turn.
So my hand in this game was not ideal at all and had some RNG elements to it, which let's just say if I rolled a D20, I would have rolled it into the garbage can. And then the garbage can was on fire and there was no roll.
Your opening hand was about as good as Andrew playing against Ghost Tricks. It's just
seems like I bricked 2 games already.
I mean,
this one I tried to play through it though. I still tried to play through it,
I didn't really end up on that big of a board. Abyss Dweller, Barricade Pass.
Now you put Dweller in defense mode.
I mean, Lightning Storm, sure, whatever. I guess it's a 1400 defense, 1700 attack.
It's actually good enough to actually handle most of my mons.
Yeah. Well, I mean, all your stuff is maybe level 3 stuff, so being in defense doesn't make too big of a difference.
It doesn't. Actually, it was actually kind of hard to actually break through because Tsuchinoko is 13, you're 14. I couldn't run over. So
and it's interesting actually because the barricade is preventing him from popping Tiger if he wants to pop it with something like Phoenix. So if he does establish this turn, he'd have to go into Unicorn to get rid of the Tiger to
So, opening hand, I had Orpha Scorpio, and I also have Darling Tony and Cobra, but I also had the Instant Fusion already in hand.
And Jackalope, I think,
so
too,
now
right?
I just drew a card. I also have Jackalope, but now I just drew a card and I get Droll. So I'm under Dweller and Droll, which is the ideal situation that you really want to be in if you're playing against 3-axis Dragon Links.
Or any deck, really. If you
this format, anything.
I mean, can Spiral play through Droll?
No,
they definitely can't play through Dweller.
They searched like 5 gajillion times.
Well, even off their Magician Soul draw, you're like, oh, Droll? Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's painful.
Link Creevo Pass?
So I really, really needed
the Jackalope to go through, right?
I really needed the Jackalope to go through. So I'm going to go ahead and activate this Jackalope.
And I talked to David Hasselhoff recently. He taught me some good magic tricks. I
saved the Foolish Burial.
Yeah?
It would have been nice, but Foolish Burial has no value while I'm still under the Abyss Dweller.
Because I think the game plan was to set up for next turn. But I mean, if you don't set up anything this turn, you're probably not gonna live.
And look how excited you were!
Abracadabra!
And I completely missed. I'm like, oh my god, I actually just lost the card.
Super rough.
And yeah, there's the Orpha Scorpio, there's the Tony and Cobra that's already in graveyard. So I'm gonna make a Link 2 that requires 2 level 3s. It's going there's no point going to Phoenix. Phoenix can't pop that Lunalight Tiger.
Nope.
And do I even want to pop it? You get an effect.
You do. A common
people
misconception is they think that you don't want to pop the Tiger because it brings out a body, but Tiger is their biggest recycling resource.
You gotta kill it.
You just have to take the hit, let them summon the body, but if you can play through that, it's over for sure. You just popping the Tiger is usually the correct play if you can handle the body. Especially, I mean, it's your turn. They can't even do anything with the body. You just kill it. Yeah. Not a big deal.
Yeah, I wanted to pop it, but the problem is it's being protected by the barricade board blocker.
It has another effect.
Yeah, protects.
That's
everything.
wild.
Yeah, I know, right? So I'm trying to maximize on survival at this point. There is a possibility where I can still technically use my instant fusion. I'm under Droll.
Yeah.
That is rough. That Droll.
I think the Droll hurt more than the Dweller, to be honest.
Yeah, without the Droll, I think I could have maybe even executed a Boral Sword OTK.
Oh,
there's
for
a
sure.
chance. There's a chance of that.
I think for sure.
There's a chance of that. But it's so hard playing out of it. Like once you're under Dweller, you have to find some way to kill your opponent so that it makes that Dweller irrelevant. In fact, putting that Dweller in defense mode is actually a big survival point because Boral Sword
doesn't get the extra attack.
Yeah, it doesn't get the
like
the push of damage or the
yeah.
double attack, and it needs another body to actually allow that effect to even go through. So I think smart thinking.
I mean, it makes up for the other 10 misplays I've made off camera. So
so. Darkfire Dragon, why didn't I go into Striker Dragon? I'm still under Droll, so I am just going to go ahead and summon out my favorite 10.
Now, this thing's actually pretty annoying, to be honest.
So, Instant Fusion, you can technically pop up to 2 cards if you have both Instant Fusion and the Carbonetin summon target. For me, it's Baby Dragon. I like Baby Dragon's wind, but like people can argue that Hunter Dragon's better. And Hunter Dragon, yes.
Is it because it's attack boost?
Yes.
Attack is bigger?
Attack is bigger. It can run over your...
oh, hey.
Hey.
Oh, wow. Wait. Was it this game that you started with Baby Dragon? No, right?
No,
that was the game.
That was the first game.
Yeah.
That doesn't matter.
Wow, that would have been crazy if that came up.
But yeah, I got a free pop because I don't control any other effect monsters. Fun fact, make sure that you don't control any effect monsters when you activate this card. Got called out on it once.
Well, now that's a misplay that's never happened before.
That's another misplay. Actually, it's probably going to be more frequent now that some people are picking up this deck. This deck isn't easy to play right away. You have to understand the concept of maintaining a balance between the BAs and the dragons.
Yeah.
So I'm activating the Foolish Barrel just so I can perhaps maybe survive the turn, but you guys should know, playing the Instant Fusion cost me 1,000 life points.
And if you know, I'm playing a certain package in the deck. You might have seen it this game or this match.
You guys can already predict the outcome if you guys know how many monsters a Lunalight Tiger can summon. Let's just count. So Yellow Martin summons out 1, bounces back to your hand.
Oh well, no. First you activate the tiger.
Right.
You activate the tiger, summon 1. Yellow Martin bounce it for 2, and then you can activate tiger again for 3. So it's 3 monsters every turn with Yellow Martin in grave.
Why does Lunalight get a searchable soul charge?
Because you gotta play a 25 card engine to search up and not brick every game? I don't know.
You didn't break a single game. Oh, this one you
I mean this game,
kind of.
Barricade Dweller, that's,
that was enough.
kind of doo-doo.
So we're gonna go ahead and see the execution here. We're gonna see Tiger and bounce back, and then he's gonna back to my hand. Oh, we're back onto the field.
Just kind of going through the motions,
and This is exactly why Phil just mentioned why it's so important to pop that card.
It is because
it would have been 1 versus 3.
And I mean, at that point, I have to have like a normal summon level 4 or anything, but it's way easier to deal with than just having the tiger there.
And don't pop it during your opponent's turn.
Yeah. Or do if you have to go to the bathroom and scoop your match up quickly. You just pop it whenever you want.
Because like, if you pop it right now, you get another monster, right?
Yeah, I do. And not bad, eh?
Well then, don't pop it.
I think here, I mean, I'm pretty sure I had the gamma in my hand.
I
have the gamma in my hand, so just as a little bit of insurance, whatever. I don't know what he has in his hand. Maybe he bricked on a Nibiru or bricked on like a hand trap or something like that. Just make the Lambda for safety.
So you go ahead and activate the Lunalight Tiger, summon out the Kaleido Chick. Kaleido Chick cost 7 cards.
I don't even think I use it anymore. Once you get rid of the Emerald Bird and the 2 Yellow Martins, you just don't even use it anymore.
Just dump stuff from your extra deck. You can dump stuff from the extra deck.
Oh, true.
So there's the Utopia. I don't play it out, buddy. Maybe I have something.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, sure.
Activate. Go ahead. Yeah. See that little finger twitch? That's the pro finger twitch.
Making me scared. I was a little scared, to be honest, but I'm like
quick effect. I'm just kidding. And attack, and you let the attack go through, and misplay happens.
Yeah. Well, hey, you know what? I finally managed to win one against you. All it took was you bricking twice and me not hitting any of the dangers, and me hitting all your dangers, and
there it is, the double or nothing, and scoop phase. Oh, actually, I didn't get scoop phase. I got punched to death.
Actually, only because you drew the instant fusion.
Yeah.
I'm not even sure if I could have gamed you if you didn't, because my hand was pretty dead.
So this match goes to Mr. DrPhil. Mr. DrPhil. Wow, that's double title. But yeah,
Mr. DrPhil.
I hope you guys learned something about one particular weakness of this deck anyways, which is, it is susceptible to...
Drawing bad?
No, not just drawing bad, but if you manage to outplay your opponent and get to a point where you can just make a Utopia double.
Yeah.
Just make the Utopia double and swing into whatever.
It's super free for rank 4
because it's too free for your deck.
It's too easy.
It's too easy. I think that's ban some of this stuff, guys.
No. Hey, cut the video, man. Cut the video.
But yeah, so he takes a very decisive 2-1 victory. Game 1 was mainly because Baby Dragon was drawn into hand, and combo failed to execute even though I won the Dyro, so that was actually one of the biggest contributing factors to my defeat. And Game 2, I just had everything in hand already, so everything that I was doing was more or less just bait, and the Gamma hit the wrong target. Should have hit the Orphan Scorpio, but it was waiting for the LP, because typically if you don't really have anything, you should probably wait till the LP combo.
For sure, yeah,
because you don't get a card ripped out of your hand. But
that was definitely my misplay. I haven't played against this deck enough, but I think going in the future, getting that instant fusion search out of the way is definitely something you should be able to hit.
And Game 3, you got lucky on the first hit of the Nessies, dumping the correct card, giving you a full access to your decent play, the Dweller. But it was Dweller Droll combo that really shut me out completely.
Well, I think actually in that situation,
it's Dweller Droll.
Yeah, Dweller Droll. Dweller Droll definitely was the nail in the coffin. I think Droll was the nail in the coffin for sure. Dweller was like
nice to have,
but Droll definitely made sure I didn't die that turn.
Yep. So there you have it, guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this, I guess, meta match. Yeah. I haven't done a meta match in some time now.
Ooh, Team Phil up a game. A global record of like 1-8 now against
this is our rivalry. We're gonna keep on going.
Can you even call it a rivalry right now? I think I've won one match against like your 7 on camera. This is not fair, okay?
We'll work it out. The underdog comes biting back. Yeah. Okay, so
after I got both my legs and arms chopped off.
If you guys enjoyed this video, well, hit that thumbs up button. If you guys want to see more stuff from MST.TV, more of Phil, maybe Phil will share some of his decks again. You guys actually like his decks, and he actually gives you a pretty deep understanding of how to play it at a very casual level, or even at a very competitive level. You just have to read in between the lines for all the competitive stuff. I just realized that. I actually rewatched your video. I'm like, dude, you actually talked about all these things, but you talked about it so casually as if it never really happens, but they're the things that always happen.
Yeah.
Reading between the lines.
Read between the lines, I guess. I don't know.
And I'll see you guys in the next one. See you guys. Thanks for watching.
See ya.